FWE fans, I am longtime fan Robert. Dysfunctional Family last night was a great show at Three-Legged Dog Studios on Greenwich Street in New York City. His opening match saw Colt Cabana defeat Matt Taven, I'm not sure how you pronounce your last name. A decent opener, but I think Matt Taven needs a little bit more work. From there, AJ Pan, ring announcer of FWE, announced it was time for his interview segment, The Panic Room, and he introduces Diamond Inc., Joey Ace, and Jason Gotti, along with the lovely Diamond D. FWE owner Jordan Schneider, who was commentating at ringside, announced that these guys had their matches coming up next and needed to go back and get changed quick. In addition, they were interrupted by the Adrenaline Express, the Funky Fresh Boys, All Money is Legal, and the Midnight Sensations, and Jordan declared there'd be an 8-man tag later in the show. The second match of the evening saw Wes Draven defeat Joey Ace in a very good matchup. Wes Draven is a great worker, and I hope he continues more success in FWE, and he's a guy I would put on my shows if I had my own promotion, since he doesn't work in too many other places. Firebird Jorge Santi defeated the other half of Diamond Inc., Jason Gotti, in a singles match. Jason Gotti's really losing some weight, and he's like improving leaps and bounds. In an 8-man tag team match, the Funky Fresh Boys and the Midnight Sensations defeated Adrenaline Express and All Money is Legal in a very great matchup. And I think one of the Funky Fresh Boys scored the pinfall in that match. Great showing by all 4 tag teams in that one. They all really shined. From there, Damian Darling defeated Harry Smith to retain his Triborough Championship. However, Johnny Knockout came in the building wearing sunglasses and a hat, and he again got past the rail, went after Darling, and then security got a hold of him, handcuffed him, and threw him out of the building. After intermission, we saw Davari and Sanjay Dutt defeat Bandito Jr. and Mike Bennett to advance in the Tag Team Championship Tournament, and Bennett walked out on Bandito during the match. In what was the match of the night, Petey Williams defeated Paul London in a singles matchup, and a great matchup. London came out in like an astronaut jumpsuit, and he was high-fiving everybody in the crowd. London tried to do the London Star Press off the top rope, but then he realized that the ceiling isn't very high, and he had to climb down the second rope and did it without messing up. Williams put London away with the also sweet Canadian Destroyer. Then Jillian Hall defeated Maria in a very short-lived match, which was refereed by current FWE Women's Champion Winter. Maria went after Winter after the match, and Winter and Jillian double-teamed Maria till Rosita hit the ring, which led up to Maria and Rosita defeating Jillian Hall and Winter. In the main event, Jay Lethal, decked out in NWO attire, defeated Tommy Dreamer and Carlito in a 3-way hardcore match to retain the FWE Heavyweight Championship. It was a great matchup. It was a great night of action in the FWE. I think thus far this could be one of the best shows they've done so far this year. On to the personal notes. It was great sitting with Joe. Great seeing Randy, Lee, Hugo, Andrew, Venus, Dimitri, Alina, Marianne, Leonard, Charlie, his friend Tony, Ricardo, Michael Blackman, Mike McNicholas, his mom Diane. I gotta say, once again, a lot of pretty women in the crowd, especially those 3 ladies sitting on the other side of the bleachers from me, and that one lady with the black stripes that had a pair of lips in front of her shirt. Okay, here's a memorable quote. He creamed his pants! Joe seeing that one guy that bro-hugged London as he was trying to get down from the bleachers, and he almost had a botchamania moment with falling off the bottom set of those bleachers. Oh, Ricky creamed his pants! Joe referring to Ricky, who we hadn't seen in like forever at wrestling shows. At least he's creaming his pants over women, unlike that guy that was creaming his pants over London. Me in response when Ricky kept looking at Winter, Jillian, and Maria. Gonna go again. I gotta say, I know independent shows don't have a tendency of not starting on time, but this show ended like between 11:30 and midnight, so I don't know what anything's gonna be done to restore that or anything of that nature. Thank you to the Midnight Sensations for taking a photo with me. Jordan, it was nice talking to you at one point. Nice talking with Marianne and Leonard outside during intermission. I noticed some luminaries in attendance were Danny DeMonto, Mo Sexton, Azriel, who was unable to wrestle the show, and I think I may have noticed former JEPW wrestler Dixie outside after the event ended. I noticed, earlier in the show, Carlito had come out interrupting Jay Lethal, and Carlito was saying, "Can I say damn?" And he says, "I'll try to be," and he says he tries to try to be PG. The way I look at it, people, I know people complain about WWE being PG, but the way I look at it, folks, it boils down to the wrestling. I said a long time ago, who needs storylines? I want wrestling! FWE announced they will have a show July 28th out in Long Island, and a lot of fans in attendance were booing at that one. I guess it's because most of the fans here who come to FWE don't have cars, and I guess maybe they're not going to go out there or something. I hope to hear from that in the future. There was a lot of there were some botchamania moments on the show, and a huge botchamania for whoever was running the music. There were definitely, I'm sure, it's a lot of audio, maybe technical problems. And AJ Pan, Skype does indeed suck. Trying to get all of the voice like a Chiavello. So, I do have to say, please don't bring back Jillian Hall. She no-showed twice last year for FWE. She finally showed up, and I was really not impressed with her. Do bring back Harry Smith, Petey Williams, Paul London, Carlito, as well as All Money is Legal. That's a team. Those two gentlemen can go in the ring, and I do have to say to you guys, if you ever watch this, I did like those old school Adidas sneakers that you had on for your match, and you brought that huge boombox with you. Oh. Going into this, I knew this show was one of those shows that would be good, and boy, did it kick ass. Excuse me, FWE up, it's kick butt. I'm trying to PG right now. It kicked butt on almost all cylinders, but I gotta say it was very hot in that building, and it was really bad. I don't know if that building is air conditioned or not, but Three-Legged Dogs too. It's just too small, especially with the crowd that turned out for this one. So, FWE fans, I anticipate your feedback on this one. And FWE is taking over.